Culture and Education in Iceland supports Óðsmál. Fifth skræða of 40. In Iðavellir, Triguna, þursamegir 3, consciousness in motion. Tefla í túni, tún from Greek dynamics. Teitir eru, the gods presiding over the laws of nature in harmony. Teitur from Sanskrit DVD, bright, shining, pure. Uns koma, until show up, which is first trace of almighty nature. First sons 3, Triguna, 3 qualities of nature. Krakka Óðsmálin fornu, Óðsmál for parents. Websites and online since 1993 gettir norræn menning. Our gods in perfect harmony, 3 third sons, qualities of nature, rule the world. Within the gods, Tívar, ISSUU, preside over the perfect functioning of natural law. Forseti literally means president, is actually the name of a god. His house in the sky, zodiac, according to Edda poem Grímnismál as Einar Pálsson sees it, is glitnir. Glit means a clearing, an open space in the wood. We might refer to objects, material things, in order to explain something subjective. Sometimes we are even trying to explain something that is beyond thought. Within the gods are worldly, but they are most subtle and most powerful. They are heavenly. They are in Tívatún, Ragnarshut, the level of natural law. That is everywhere. Tívar are everywhere. The fine level is not up there, it's in here. ISSUU, as Guð, gods, are within us, dwell in our innermost core. Consciousness, dwell in the unified field of total natural law, that divine level, preside over the smoothly and powerfully functioning of the whole universe. Many names they bear, Guðin, the gods, such as Æsir, Tívar, Höft og Vönd, Rögn, Regin, Dýar, Vér, Goð, and Vanir. In this godly sphere of existence, the greatest power is to be found. That is beyond Planck scale. That is small. Here all is subtler and tinier than what we call creation, the coarse sphere. Odin Villivier, in the unity of natural law, also known by modern science as Hilbert space observable states, has been known for thousands of years by the seers as Rishi Devataa Chandas. Of course there are no ups and downs here, gods up there and everywhere. We nísum niður, spy or peep down, and föllum aftur þaðan, fall from there again. There are no directions, no space nor time in consciousness, only in universes. Iðavellir only have their simple 10-dimension pattern, not fathomed by us. Gods above, gods inside, everywhere, all over the place. Tívar are in all. The field never changes, in spite of its stillness and dynamism. It is moving within itself. Iðavellir, it is all there is. Tívar, the gods, devataa, are impulses and powers. They withhold all, such as the perfect order in the universe. Rán, rögn, regin means orderliness. What we shall have to realize is that our consciousness is ginnungagap. Everything is in ginnungagap. Everything is it. Nothing other than ginnungagap exists. We are still ginnungagap when we decide to be born. We simply individualize. How can it possibly happen that we fall out of and forget completely the endless power that we in reality are? The perfect order that we are, rögn, regin, rán, are the perfect orderliness. The divine perfection of Tívatún, Ragnarshut, Ásgarður. All the divine pure knowledge and immortality. Everything okay, und koma, until show up. What causes our blindness? These 3 qualities, þursameyjarinnar ámátku árborinnar, mighty mother nature, koma í árdaga, early in creation, and rule with joy and fun our lives on earth. Of course we love dancing, and we dance like puppets ruled by Triguna, nature's 3 qualities. Dance until we become blind and lose all our memory. We forget Mimir, who stands for the memory of who we are ginnungagap. Do we really have to forget who we are by dancing to our great amusement, as long as that amusement lasts? How does the enormous power of Freyja become this universe? We are said to be co-creators, create our worlds. Do we invent the Triguna? Are they not for real? Ginnungagap is the pure potentiality and does not actually take part in creating. It does not change the least, in spite of its universes that come and go. It is eternal consciousness moving, fully awake within itself, all possibilities, endless silence and endless dynamism in balance. Our Norse fiery muspel and foggy nipple in balance. Ginnungagap bears many names among men. For thousands of years, the wise have known it to be the only there is, known it to be the only, known that we are it, all is it. An innocent, simple curiosity has consequences. Consciousness, pure knowledge, wants to know knowledge. Curious, thirst for knowing knowledge, starts looking for it, gains will to seek, and finds only itself. Of course, as nothing else is to be found. Rishi, Odin, hyperspace, curious. Devataa, vili, observables, will to seek. Vie, chandas, states, what is found. The trouble is that Vili hides or overshadows Odin in the process of seeking. And Vie hides his brothers, Vili and Odin, when knowledge as Vie is found. The cycle goes back at once, only to start again, then perpetually very fast. This process once started, the movement of the three brothers leads to space coming into being. The foam Freya bubbles and breaks loose to become one of the universes. What we then call world, veröld, created world, veröld means man's lifespan, is what we create each one of us in our smart brains out of thoughts. Thoughts are flickering, not easily grasped, ever changing, come and go. Our creation is in Ginnungagap as nothing else is. It is unboundedness, it is eternity. Nothing can be out of it. There is no out of. This so-called creation has its pattern from Ginnungagap. Where else from could it? Odin Vilivie, the curiosity spark, starts the game in consciousness. So far so good, all under control. Teitir tefla uns komu until came. If it were not for the Triguna of nature, no troubles would have arisen. Þursamegir þrír are Satguna, Rajaguna and Tamoguna. Note, mögur is the same word as Gaelic mak, son. Our creations are dominated by Triguna. All possibilities are at hand in Ginnungagap. In our worlds there is duality, uncertainty, change, all gungnir, vibrations. If this were not enough, our thoughts and actions create waves of gungnir. Waves have the inherent tendency to spread. That is what they do. By a law of nature, what is put forth returns to its origin, to the due creator. We call it our urður verðandi skuld. If man's urður, actions, thoughts, words, violates the laws of nature, stress and imbalance accumulates in nature. Thunder grows out of control. Nature has certain tolerance, but in the end she bursts. No use falling on the knees and pray, as more thoughts, more words and intense feelings do not help. We should understand our responsibility. Each and every our action, good or bad, influences nature. Urður of man is of their free will, is our free choice. Animals perform according to their inherent nature. They have little choice. We should realize that humans take all the responsibility for the whole of nature. Nature's Triguna are not necessarily in equilibrium. On the contrary, their perpetual dance is actually because they have difficulties with that. Always all three together, only in different proportions. Satguna, yellow one, tries to pull us up to good things and higher stages of evolution. Optimistic sees no obstacles. Rajas, red dog, is not helping here on this picture, neither Sattva nor Tamas. Tama is slow, lazy, careful, contemplates, built on old experience, not too keen on change. One sucks as if drawn in by vacuum, the others use that space, fill it up. When the world is full of Sattvic people who favor evolution, then Sattaguna is prominent. Rajaguna, eagerly working for him. Tamoguna, meager, should make us contemplate and build on the old and good. Or else we are dangerously optimistic and do not think things over carefully. When Sattva shrinks, sucks in, inertness can take over. Caution is good, but lack of acting is not so good. Rajas agrees with Tamas here, while Satguna sucks to skinniness. Far eigi svá óðla means not so fast. Nature's bossy qualities, three sons, þursamegir þrír. Tama is preservative. He considers situations, is careful, wants to build on the old experiences and learn from them. Satguna wants all to be bright and beautiful. That is all he thinks of. So sometimes Rajoguna cannot decide which one to serve and support. Rajas implementation usually is dominated by either one of the other qualities. A drastic thing if Rajogun gets out of control. That will be anger in men. He should be under control. Men should not feed Fenrir. The bloke with the picture has that trouble with Rajoguna. He chases stuff eagerly. Kama, Icelandic gaman. Anger builds up, gróta. If he cannot get everything he wants, he gets frustrated and paralyzed, sammoha, because of his anger. In the end, inert and blocked, buddhi, nasha. Unable to reason, incapable of acting, inert. Rajoguna in excess is dangerous. It is the cause of anger. Angry men are dangerous. Their reasoning blocked. Anger is dangerous. Anger is complete ignorance. The brain in an angry man functions like in an animal, fight or flee. Our precious human frontal brain not reasoning properly. All men should be pure, should be considerate and analyze circumstances. Use their precious human brain. Really see the difference between right and wrong. Only then can we bear the name a man. Anger makes us dangerous. Rajas must not take over the control. Our purity is the only right state. Cool down to zero. Use a technique that really works to transcend the sphere of thoughts. We should nýsa niður, transcend, be without the Triguna every day. Learn about how we use food and herbs to keep the Triguna in balance. See Skræða 39. Take a walk in pure nature to get rid of unnecessary adrenaline. Learn about Vata Pitta Kapha in our physiology to be able to regulate and balance. Correct any imbalance of which our Triguna dance may be responsible. Beneficial in life, honestly, practical in daily life, is never to violate the laws of nature. Think, act, talk in flow with thund, in accordance with natural law. Nature will work for the pure man that lives in flow with the laws of nature. We might not always see the whole picture, get caught up in minor issues, but we should know the importance of finding the real dharma, that which upholds, and be moderate in words and actions. Individuals and nations that perpetually violate almighty nature and her laws, gremja God að sér, arouse the wrath of God that preside over nature's law, strain nature, they overstrain the tolerance and patience of Mother Nature, and in the end she will not lovingly yield fair winds for our undertakings. Our universe contains the pattern of Ginnungagap, perfect orderliness, has expanded according to amazing thundar order, mighty flow of river Thund, according to infinite organizing power, the fundamental image in which all is. Rán regin rögn means order, orderliness, as the perfection in the universe, and rögn dwell in tune, dynamics, infinite creativity power. Here Tívar, deva, tefla teitir, the divine creative brilliance, blossoms. Remember, the subtle, the highest, the divine, and Tívar are everywhere, not somewhere up there in the sky, but in here everywhere. Men who do not know how to live in accord with this almighty flow accumulate trull, filth of ignorance. They should use their mjölnir. Those who feed Fenrir do not understand the goddess saying. They could live a lifetime and die in ignorance, waste a whole lifespan, ævi, ayus, without evolving. Man's lifetime in a body on earth is for evolving to perfection. Siddhartha, Siddhartha. We have to rid our physiology of all filth and sin. That we do by transcending. Some do not know that the Rajas is driving them crazy. We do not see our own state of consciousness. Ignorance and greed blind us. Each time we show up in the party and feast at Æs, we rid ourselves of some impurities, filth, sin, ignorance, clogging. We shall nýsa niður, transcend, be without the Triguna, transcend the sphere of created nature. Nýstrækuni above, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Nýr vartatvam, thou shalt transcend, nýsa niður. Yogastaha kuru karmani, perform from pure consciousness, ginnungagap. Óðinn gefin Óðni, ég gefin sjálfum mér. Óðinn and Óðinn are one. I am consciousness, I given to myself. My individual consciousness yokes to universal consciousness, yoke combine. My individual consciousness conquers universal consciousness, Óðinn sigrar Óðinn, and in turn the universal mind, Óðinn sigrar Óðinn. I realize that I am consciousness, nothing else is. Consciousness is the reality. Only my thoughts create my world out of the flickering gungnir. Veröld is world. My 5 senses register the gungnir of the 5 höfuðskepnur, elements, only. Bunch of fun for the senses is available. The world of so-called matter is fascinating. Mimir, the memory of that we are Ginnungagap, is overshadowed. Beguiled, we so easily forget. The senses junk seems to be for real, the only real. Only the refined man can see that all that glimmer is Ginnungagap, and that nothing else is than that. On the sphere of Þursameyir 3, there is huge supply of things. Our created world is full of created things. We think that world. The gungnir that our senses bring to the mind gets viewed, as if on TV, a picture in the back of our marvelous brains, out of which we make our worlds, our imagined reality, as if it were concrete matter. Then we forget to connect to our origin and our real selves, our consciousness. Now is about time to rediscover our forefathers' profound knowledge of life. No longer to refuse, reject the connection to Ginnungagap, our real self, because then we wither away. We will be sapless bronze used on the fire. In Skirnismál, stagnation on the evolutionary path is called to dwell among hrímþursar, frozen thyrses, and drink only geita land, goat's urine. Fun in Gyrnisgarðar, but not evolving to perfection if we forget our inner divine nature. Do not know what a human lifespan on earth is for. Unused lifespan is useless a lifespan. Not enough to reject the world. That is the deception of credulous and make-believers. The road to enlightenment is not to refuse to live life. Enlightened men live in the world, right? In life we evolve. Only in life. We need to imbibe the knowledge and order in Ginnungagap into our human life on earth. Clinging to all worldly systems is not the solution. That can even retard. It's on the sphere of thoughts, emotions, doctrines. Pseudo-security. Grip in the sphere of Triguna. We shall have to imbibe the wisdom from the wells, whose origin no man knows. Soa sér. We need to give, sacrifice, bring Soa, our individual consciousness, to universal consciousness. Óðinn gefin Óðni, ég gefin sjálfum mér. The unified field technique, TN technique, is ideal for this purpose. Easiest and most natural to nísa niður, works from the first second of practicing. Our pony is always willing to go home. The cat symbolizes our body. Human mind, by its own inherent nature, seeks happiness. In Glaðheimar, a glad means both blissful and wide, vast. Mind finds the supreme happiness, much sweeter than all the gungnir in the world. Sleipnir, human nervous system, can easily trot home to our inner home. No effort, a natural trend. We are Glaðheimar of unbounded consciousness. Everything in this beautiful world we make is fleeting. The only thing secure is change. Everything is flickering, unstable, and all change. All opposites, duality, uncertainty, bad, good, cold, hot. Duality thrives in the realm of Triguna, in the worlds of men. Þursameyir 3 are known to rule the whole once they appear on the stage. Our only way to outsmart them is to sowast into Tívar tune, transcend to the tune of Tívar, and on to Ginnungagap, oneness, singularity. We have here transcended nature's qualities, territory, realm. Nistraigunni above, be without the Triguna. Now, what happens when we take up the good habit of sowast í ægi? We gain sublime feeling for Tívar in our created world. Tívar are in everything in the universe. Tefla, still at it incessantly. All these millions of years from Big Bang to Ragnarök, from broken symmetry back to unity. We simply need to find them in us. The universe is only Ginnungagap, worlds our thoughts. Who is in charge? May I present the rulers of the worlds. Tararara, tararara. Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun, Triguna. At first sight they look innocent, do not look like bossy rulers at all, but know them to be our necessity for our drive towards perfection. But let us look into this tricky matter. Triguna rule in us if we allow them. We see the power of our þrír þursamegir wherever we look in nature. Sat, Icelandic sat, true, quality to seek the highest. Rajas, eager to perform. Tamas, retarding quality, inertness, lack of lust. Also as the good, passion, darkness. Virtue, fraud, deceiving, ignorance. Truth, action, conservative, careful, attract. Guna, Sanskrit, means quality, one strand or thread, and more. As we have seen, combinations of the three are found in everything, including us. Their unpredictability is part of the fun of uncertainty in the world. They are in all kinds of combinations, assorted sweets in a bag. Now we gradually realize why we shouldn't live in that tricky fun only. Only in Ginnungagap can we teplatate, be perfect, free, move, free from them. Our choice, always in the Triguna's were, sometimes without them. Easy choice, we choose the world 100%, and Ginnungagap 100%, 200% life, beautiful life of a human being. Nothing less is acceptable if we want to bear the name man and evolve to perfection, enlightenment, reach Valhöll. Fully alive we go home to Ginnungagap, nísumst niður. Fully alive we reach Valhöll, become enlightened in one of our lifespans. Sóumst í gapið, transcend to the gap, leave our beloved stuff where it belongs, mind expands to eternity. Then we are the tune and teplum taid together with Tívar. No bossy nature's Triguna here, we find Tívar inside us ourselves. We imbibe fimbulrúnir into our life on earth. They are only to be found within, in pure consciousness. Hávamál, here, nema menn fræðast og fróðir vera og vaksa og vel hafast. Orð sér af orði orðs leita, verk sér af verki verks leita. We evolve, gain wisdom, grow in knowledge, seek word from word, act from act. Actions and words blossom, unfold, manifold. Tívar are in the gap, in between the sons of Veda, in primordial sound in creation. Rune is Sanskrit guhya, secret. Tyr is deva, impulse of power. The flow is vín Valföðurs, the wine of Odin. Have you heard about the design theory? Some god created man in his image, and along with it, Darwin a fool, we have nothing to do with apes. Actually, Darwin was right, only he didn't go into our spiritual evolution. He did not tell us about man's highly evolved nervous system, and the exclusively human attributes to have the faculty to transcend. Everything in the universe, and in our human bodies, the same order and perfection, is the orderliness inherent in the gap. In the world, in human physiology, in Tívar, abode of Pantheon, so we can stop quarreling. We can use all theories in one, evolution according to the perfection of Ginnungagap. Modern science is really getting better. Ancient Vedic science, valid for thousands of years, claims the gap to be pure knowledge, immortality, total potential of natural law. Rán, Rögn, Regin in the universe are our Norse names and the versions of this perfect order. This perfect order also, to be found in our human physiology, has been verified. The knowledge comes from Yogi, now available in books by Tony Nader, MD, PhD, for example, Human Physiology. Fimbulrúnir are for every man to pick up, nema upp. To see or not to see is the crucial little thing that makes all the difference. Fimm höfuðskepnur, proportions of the elements, in this order, Akash, space, air, fire, water, earth. Uncreated power is great, created power small, and tiny, what we call matter, that which looks to us like clusters of gungnir. But all is but the ever-moving field, Iðavellir, Ginnungagap. Guðrún Dimba, my teacher, Maharishi Yogi, an Indian physicist, an enlightened great guru, asked me to perform this work. He points out to us the knowledge and the understanding, asks us to find the wisdom in our own traditions and religions, and teaches us the easy technique to nísa niður, transcend. The knowledge has come down, and we shall tell all men. No suffering shall ever be, everywhere the beauty of life only. Best of thanks to thee, Maharishi, my teacher. Óðsmál websites and online, and books on Amazon. We shall understand why we decide to be born, what the real and only purpose and goal of each our lifespan on earth are. Find the sheer beauty and profundity of our reverend forefathers' wisdom, knowledge, science of life, science of consciousness. The dance continues. Who wants to dance with us? Before signing up, a warning. Do not allow your intellect to make mistakes. Be pure enough to work from pure consciousness. Odin and Olivier are responsible for space coming into being. We should always contact to pure Ginnungagap and think and act from there. But do not forget me in spite of all these recommendations. I encountered that they advertised for me 100% supply on the market of stuff. All kinds of created material for nice life. Contact me, thjóðvitnir@vanity.org. Global, worldwide, thriving business. These other 100% in the ad are intangible and have not been verified as to be for real. Does Mimir exist? Does anyone remember that?